So, Mr. Damani, if the shape of the world is going to change, and if we are looking at contraction and I hope not, if a recession comes into US, then financial markets actually should be in some kind of an panic mode. But stock markets are down, but they are not out. Somewhere, if I look at Asia, also including markets like India and China, where tariffs have been imposed, they are doing well, at least today. So, are markets getting complacent? Are they ignoring? Are they closing the eyes to reality and what is coming?
No, I think the markets are actually being wise, Nikunj. I think what will happen is that we will finally decouple from America in a way none of us imagined it to happen. I think the American, when they look back in history, they will say November 5th, when Trump was elected, was the peak of American power. I think the world will move on to new alliances. For example, the new SWIFT system, which international payments have been taken over, is now being challenged by a Chinese system. The new regional blocks being formed across the world. I think with stunning speed, the world is moving on. And if the US completes looking insular, it will slowly becoming less of an economic power. While there's no dispute today in my head that America is the preeminent economic superpower in the world, it is not the only superpower in the world. There are other economies that are strong and fighting, and the US has to respect their opinion. The fact that they unilaterally move and do all these things, whether it's against Mexico, Greenland, Canada, NATO, is just stunning to me. I mean, would you want your children to now go and be educated in America under the threat, if they say something that the administration doesn't like, they could deport them to Venezuela or Salvador or wherever they're doing it. It is stunning, the fall from grace in America. 75 years they built soft power in America. I mean, to give you a more pertinent example, Nikunj, recently a neighbor, Myanmar, had a very strong earthquake, a 7.7 earthquake. Indian planes, Chinese planes, Russian aid were all available within the next 24 hours. I haven't seen signs of US aid yet delivering because it has been dismantled by Trump. So I think what we're going through is an enormous change. But as water seeks its own level, the economies will move on. I think if you try and embarrass and humiliate world leaders, you have no friends left, and they will form new alliances, which is what I think we're in the process of doing. I think the US, and it's very hard for me to say that, the word of the US used to be the most paramount word and the word that everyone would listen to. But I think increasingly, thanks to Trump's policy, it is becoming less important. I'm not sure even still today I understand what Kool-Aid the US senators and the US congressmen and the US representatives have drunk, but clearly they drunk some Kool-Aid.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.